A new controversy is erupting over the Iran war as questions grow over what the Pentagon told the American public and what is allegedly left out. A New York Times report claims that the Pentagon withheld details of multiple Iranian attacks on US forces in Jordan. Attacks that reportedly injured dozens of American service members and damaged military helicopters. The Pentagon later said that US casualties from Iranian attacks since July 7 had risen nearly 200. But officials deny concealing casualty figures. Pentagon spokesman Sean Purnell calls the allegations fabrications and said that most of the casualties involved had mild concussions, with 96% of troops returning to duty as well. Now, the body has said that some information is withheld to protect operational security and prevent Iran from identifying vulnerabilities at US bases. And now the row comes after a deadly attack in Jordan that killed 2 US soldiers and left another service member missing as well. Now as American casualties rise, so do questions over the transparency as well. And the truth, human cost of the war remains unanswered. At the same time, President Donald Trump is reportedly weighing two options: a proposed 10-day ceasefire with Iran or a fresh military campaign alongside Israel. According to Axios, Qatar, Egypt and Pakistan are among the mediators backing the ceasefire proposal, which aims to halt hostilities, reopen the Strait of Hormuz and create space for a longer-term negotiations. Donald Trump, meanwhile, has not yet made a final decision, leaving Washington at a very critical crossroad between diplomacy and a further military escalation. For more on this, I'm being joined by Dr. Jayant Dasgupta, former Indian diplomat, is also with me on the broadcast. Ambassador, thank you so much for making a time for the show. My first question to you is that do you think that this recent blunder of war numbers has exposed a growing gap between US military claims and the battlefield reality?
Pentagon has clarified that the casualty figures are posted online and updated on a regular basis in the defense casualty analysis system, and anybody can view it there.
Right.
But the Pentagon has also clarified that about 17 servicemen have been killed since February 28, when the hostilities started with Iran. And the reports are that about 400 servicemen have been injured. The Pentagon has also clarified that for servicemen who get injured but return to duty quickly, the figures are not revealed. And the third point is that the exact number of deaths in each strike is not revealed, and the damage caused to military equipment, including helicopters, are also not revealed, so as not to strengthen the attackers' information about possible, possible follow-up attacks. So that is quite understandable. No country does that while the war is going on, to reveal exactly how much damage has been caused to one's own equipment and the number of casualties, etc. But the American public wants to know, especially in terms of the deaths which have been caused, as to how many have been caused and what is the human toll in this war. Apart from possibly also wanting to know the cost that has been incurred by the US administration in pursuing this war.
Well, Ambassador, I get what you're trying to say, that it's okay for a country to conceal the numbers while they are, in an active war with another country. But only one question that rises is, do you think that Washington is losing control of the war narrative and the war itself?
Time is running out for the US because it has continued for the 9th consecutive day attacking Iran. And the Iranians have attacked a host of bases in the Middle East, starting with Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, etc. And in all places, there are reports, according to Al Jazeera, that there have been damages has been caused. So it is not that the Americans are not suffering any damage or casualties, and only the Iranians are suffering. So that is one thing. The second point is that the midterm elections in the US are in November, around the 10th of November or so. And the public is quite getting quite restive about this lack of information, lack of purpose, as it were, as to why the war is being carried out still, despite a 60-day ceasefire having been declared. And as you just mentioned, there are now two possibilities that there could be a 10-day ceasefire or there could be enhanced hostilities. So it is the public, I think, has a right to know as to the direction in which the US administration is taking this whole process forward,
But
whether it wants to
Ambassador,
negotiate or.
Ambassador, do you think that it's fair, it's a right option for Donald Trump to choose diplomacy and the 10-day ceasefire option instead of dragging on the war with no clear objective and no clear end game?
Yes, I absolutely agree that our Prime Minister has also mentioned that there is no gainsaying the fact that there should be a negotiated settlement, and by attacking civilian infrastructure, where it is in the southern part of Iran, bordering the sea or in other places, civilian infrastructure, including desalination plants, for instance, or power plants, as have been reported.
Right.
And the Iranians have also retaliated apparently against the same kind of targets in the Middle Eastern countries. That puts the civilian population at great risk and misery. And this is something which every war, there is a fallout from every war. And that has to be avoided. It has gone on for quite long now. March, April, May, June, and now July, we are almost in the middle.
Right.
Beyond the middle. So this has to stop, and the negotiated settlement is the best option. The Iranians have agreed 60-day ceasefire should have held. And in the middle of it, I think President Trump also made a statement saying that we will charge 20% toll for ships which cross Hormuz with American assistance. Now, these are the kind of statements which cause a lot of anxiety and worry. And you can see from the oil prices, they were down quite a bit.
Right.
Now they have risen to about $88, $90 per barrel.
Right.
From the low 70s.
But Ambassador, do you think that since you mentioned Hormuz, there's a blockade, naval blockade, which is going on in Hormuz, and now the Red Sea route has also been, under intense escalation, and it has also been blocked. Do you think that this war is being dragged on, and the rest of the world, including India, is just becoming collateral damage?
The rest of the world, I think, is suffering a lot because of high energy prices, because of disruption to trade, global trade, because a lot of trade from Asia to Europe and the US flows through the Red Sea.
Right.
And the oil, supply shock has raised energy prices. So this problem of Houthis from Yemen attacking the shipping in the Red Sea is not a new thing, and they have been doing it for quite a few years now. And the package with Iran was to have all these three components: Iran itself, and the Hamas, the Houthis, and the Hezbollah in Lebanon. All these elements were to be taken together, and hostilities had to stop. But if Iran itself is getting attacked, obviously Iran will try to retaliate through its proxies, and there the Houthis would be used to that end. So it is not causing any gains anywhere, but only pain and damage and losses.
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for joining me on the broadcast with those meaningful insights and taking out the time to be on the show.